BuckeyeHuddle.com Southern Swing continues. Still here at Carrollton High School. Again, incredible facility, incredible program. Zelus Hicks, one of maybe the nation's top safety in the 2026 recruiting class. Big-time defensive back prospect. Been to Ohio State multiple times. Buckeyes pretty hard after this guy. How are we doing this morning?
Doing great. Just got done with spring practice. Good little practice.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You guys did not take it easy this morning.
We didn't. We was live today, going straight to the ground.
The pads were popping.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was some
Definitely.
big hits.
Definitely.
First of all, what is it like to try to defend Juju Lewis?
It's great, actually. I love getting a good feel of what I'm going to have to go against in the next level. So getting to see the tendencies, like trying to look me off and doing those type of things. So I just got to keep my principles.
It's kind of the ultimate iron sharpens iron situation in high school, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's jump into Ohio State. You were up this spring, so right about a week before the spring game. You went to a game last fall, the Michigan State game, I believe you said. Let's talk about that real quick. Michigan State game. What were your impressions? Was that your first game at Ohio State?
Yes,
and
sir.
kind of how did you feel the atmosphere stacked up?
The atmosphere was crazy, even though it wasn't a huge game. It was still crazy. It was a night game, all the lights. It was great atmosphere. All the fans was loud. It was amazing.
Why have you been up to Ohio State so much?
Me and my dad like him. My whole family like him. Like the coaching staff, and it's a top contender.
Yeah. Back in the spring, was that a little bit of a different feel maybe than a game day atmosphere? What were you able to accomplish on that visit? What was important to you on that recent visit?
Well, I got to talk to the coaches more, like Coach Tim, Coach Guerrera. I got to get a little sit down, and I got to get a feel of the town, the atmosphere of the town.
Coach Walton is getting he's always had a great reputation as a developer, but he's back in college now from the NFL, and he's putting together some pretty interesting recruiting classes in the secondary.
Yes, sir.
What is it that you've noticed from Coach Walton, and is there something there that you think makes him such a successful recruiter?
Yeah. The main thing that makes him so successful is his wisdom. He got a lot of knowledge on the game. He can give you so much of the game, and that's like the biggest thing with him.
A lot of people, recruits, defense backs, have kind of mentioned like the Jalen Ramsey factor. Jalen Ramsey had a lot of good things to say about Coach Walton, and that seems to have carried a lot of weight with you guys. Why do you think that is? And does that resonate with you when you hear someone like Jalen Ramsey talk about him being a good coach?
Yes, because he's the Jalen Ramsey's like the elite. He's like the top where I want to be at. So seeing who coached him is how he got there. So definitely want to be coached by the best.
Now, when may we see you back in Columbus? This summer, this fall?
Definitely this summer.
Okay. Going to do like a workout with
Yes,
the
sir.
coaches?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
For those who are just getting familiar with the game, 2026 guy, people are just catching up on that recruiting class. What do you bring to the table? Why, I know you probably don't want to brag on yourself too much, but why are so many schools after you? You're one of the most heavily recruited players in the country.
Yes, sir. I believe first is God. God is the main reason I'm here today. But, I'm long, I'm fast, I run a 4.4. I can get to balls easily, got a long wingspan, get to hashes. I can come down and hit. I'm real versatile. So if you need me in the box, I can get in the box. But if you need me in the back, I can go to the back. Real versatile.
That sounds a lot like a certain safety who just transferred to Ohio State from Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Another Georgia guy, Caleb Downs. When that happened, that was one of the bigger transfer news items of the offseason. When that happened, what was your reaction to that?
I was actually shocked, but then as I thought about it more, I wasn't shocked because it's a great program and he's the best safety. You want to get coached by the best, so it's a great place.
Does that do anything for you as far as when you look at someone like that transferring to Ohio State? Does that help them? How do you view that from the lens of you trying to select a school ultimately?
It definitely helps them because, as I was saying, he was the best rated safety in college football as a freshman, and he could have picked anywhere to go. And his coach actually went to Georgia, and he decided to go to Ohio State, which means he thinks that Ohio State is a better program than the Georgia, the national team. So that's heavy.
I'm sure Georgia's not going to just let you walk out of here.
Nah.
I know that they were here today, and
Yes, sir.
how difficult, I guess, would that be, and when you got all these SEC schools, and how much of a factor is that going to be in terms of just geography and staying close to home?
It probably won't be that much of a factor. My parents said they're gonna move with me wherever I go, so we're just gonna go to the best school.
Probably still a lot to like about Georgia, though. I mean, what are how are those relationships there, and who are you talking to the most there?
I still got a great relationship with Georgia. T-Rob was just up here. I talk to Coach Muschamp all the time, so it's a pretty strong relationship still with Georgia.
What are they telling you? They got to be trying to lock that one down.
Yep, I was just in Georgia a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Who else, do you notice is recruiting you hard, or have you built forged maybe good relationships with so far?
I probably would say Florida as well. I'm just starting to get a connect with Cincinnati. I got Cincinnati yesterday. It's quite a few schools that pushing pretty hard.
All right. Well, keep an eye on this, guys. One of the top players in the 2026 class. Zelus, we appreciate you doing this. We know you got to get to class, and
yes, sir.
It's been a long morning already for
yes,
you. But we'll keep an eye out for you. We'll see you in June if you come up for a camp.
Yes, sir, for sure.
All right. Thank you.